Warren Barguil is distanced. Is this final burst of pace going to pose problems for Vincenzo Nibali? Sean, he's got half a minute, 2 kilometres, but they're getting closer.
Yes, they are getting closer, and Nibali has been out there for a long time, and will he just have enough to hold on here? It depends on what the other big favourites will do here. Will they just continue on and sit in the wheel of Wout Poels, who is setting the pace? Will there be some of the men here are just waiting in the background, be able to put in an attack, but they're starting to run out of time with 33 seconds and 1.8 kilometres to go.
Keep your eye on Kruijswijk there in the yellow jersey as well. Remember, 12 seconds to get in front of Geraint Thomas as he can, as Marc Soler is definitively dropped. One by one, they're off the back. This is the selection that has been made. These are the biggest and best names at this year's Tour de France. Egan Bernal is just 2 kilometres away from winning the race as a 22-year-old and becoming one of the youngest winners ever. Steven Kruijswijk there, sitting on his wheel, looking at Geraint Thomas. It's Bernal, Thomas and Kruijswijk, your podium. Boukman is up to 4th place. He's in that green and white jersey, but it's 32 seconds still for Vincenzo Nibali, who hasn't won a Tour de France stage since he won the race. 2014, stage 18 was his last victory on this particular race. We know he's won the Giro since then. He's won a Vuelta stage as well, and a few monuments as well, let's not forget. He has completed his palmarès with all the races he can realistically win. And he's riding away here, and Sean, it's looking increasingly likely he's going to do something very special indeed.
Yes, what he's going to do is super right here today, because he's into the section now where a little bit of downhill is all the most difficult part, and he's still at that 30 seconds advantage. And yeah, he's going to continue all the way here, because 850 metres to go to taking the stage victory. That was a huge performance from Nibali, and he's been preparing this one. He's tried a number of times already, and when he's out of the general classification, goes in the attack, then maybe takes a day out and a bit of a rest, and that helps a lot, and he's going on to should get the stage victory here.
Well, 700 metres to ride for Vincenzo Nibali as he arrives in Val Thorens. Such an important place in the history of Italian cycling. Think back to 1994, think back to Marco Pantani. Nibali has 600 metres now to go. The Colombian flags fly as they get close to the finish. Behind, Bernal is all ready to win the Tour de France. But can Vincenzo Nibali take the stage? They've had movement, and it is Wout Poels who's bringing them up. 800 metres. On the right, you can look at Kruijswijk as he tries to make his way through. Not sure if he has it, though, to put Geraint Thomas in trouble. Mikel Landa's making a move, though. Mikel Landa in the blue jersey, making a move for Movistar. There's no worry in the general classification. He is at least 2.5, 3 minutes behind all the guys he's with. But Landa is going to go off in search of whatever he can salvage. It's going to be difficult to catch Nibali from here, but it's 8% almost all to the line. Nibali still has 400 metres to ride. 450, in fact, if you look at the grimace on his face. We have no time gap here, with just the distance that we can see on the road. It's going to be a tense, tight finish in what has been a wonderful, wonderful Tour de France. 330 metres for Nibali. Bahrain-Merida came here having never won a stage of the Tour de France before. It didn't go for them in the GC, but in the mountains it was Dylan Turns at La Planche des Belles Filles. From the first mountaintop finish to the last, they are going to reign. Turns one in the Vosges, and it's going to be Nibali's turn in the Alps. He's going to win a stage of the Tour de France for the first time since he won the race overall 5 years ago. Chasing him is Mikel Landa, but at the minute it looks an impossible task. Inside 140 metres, Vincenzo Nibali is back when it looked like he might abandon. He hung in there, hung tough, and is finally going to get his reward. We're up in the Alps, but it's a shark attack that does it. Nibali is going to win stage 20 of the Tour de France. From Pantani and fighting in 94. He wasn't able to pull it off then, but it's Nibali who's going to do it in 2019. The breakaway somehow has done it, and only one man could. Vincenzo Nibali, victorious in Val Thorens. Alejandro Valverde on the tack behind. He's going to take 2nd place. Mikel Landa's going to come in 3rd. And then it's going to be Geraint Thomas, Egan Bernal gaining time. And here it is. We've been waiting since the 1980s. But finally, viva Colombia! Viva Egan Bernal! Vive le Tour de France!